Welcome everybody to the new Mobilization Against Poverty. I'm Robert Palin. I'm sitting in for Bill Bateman of People's Assembly and the Martin Luther King Hall of Fame Award winner. Give it a little hand for Bill. The call here is from a new mobilization committee of 100 that's modeled after Bill Bateman. What Bill Bateman found was MLK had started a committee. There was a wide, broad committee going across the community groups, church groups, and activist groups to address poverty. Because when you have civil rights, it doesn't work very well if you don't have economic rights. And what we've seen is the economy has gotten so bad that the middle class are falling into poverty. As a matter of fact, right now we are the poorest industrialized nation on earth, or that is the country with the most poor people. It's even sadder that the people that are the greatest percentage of that are children. We have more children living in poverty in the United States than any other country in the world. And that's a real shame. In 1932, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt ran, he ran on a platform for what he called the forgotten man. And I think if we look around in our communities, we'll see a lot of forgotten people. As a matter of fact, President Obama hasn't even seemed to mention the word poverty. He doesn't seem to have it in his vocabulary. Now we sit in the State House with a legislature that's moved to the right, and we already know what's coming. More trickle-down economics, more complaints about how they don't have money for anything because they have a tax structure that gives that money away to the rich people who don't invest it in jobs. They invest it in houses and tax shelters. And we don't have a living wage so that working people can't even afford to support their families without subsistence programs that now they're threatening to cut. In this development, we've already seen what happens. We put all this money into Quonset Point, and we ask people to bear with us where they bring in this giant transportation company, moving more cars than the seventh largest importer of cars, right here in Rhode Island. And they just announced that they're going to have over 300 new jobs at $10 an hour. What do you think about that? It's not enough. It's not a living wage. No one who is working should be poor. We shouldn't be bailing out these corporations by paying food stamps and health care because they're too cheap to pay their labor. This has to stop. We've seen this in the area of transportation. We have a climate that's collapsing on us right before our eyes in the ocean state, and we don't invest in mass transit that can make a healthier environment for everybody. Do you think that's right? No! Well, we don't think that's right either. In fact, one family, the Walton family, who owned Walmart, one of the slave wage employers in Rhode Island, are worth $138 billion themselves, more than almost the combined worth of 40% of Americans. And they say a solution, and we've had a solution for a long time. It's called the Economic Bill of Rights. This Economic Bill of Rights came from Franklin Delano Roosevelt. This was the promise of the New Deal. We're in a state of Democrats, a state where the policies of the New Deal are supposed to be one of their points of pride, the New Deal in the Great Society. Now you tell me, I'm going to read down this list. We've updated this list to modern times because well, that was the 30s. We have a little different issues today. Do we have a guaranteed job for everybody? No. Do we have a living wage for everybody? No. Do we have national universal health care for everyone? No. Do we have affordable housing for all, not more than 10% of their income? No. Do we have free quality education from kindergarten to college? No. Well, Ed's laughing here, but when you go to Europe, I was telling, we had an employee from Sweden that we didn't have it, and he couldn't believe it. He said, well, they're going to get out of college and they're going to have all this debt. How are they going to develop their career? Exactly. Do we have secure and adequate income that guarantees a quality of life for all seniors and disabled? Do we have low-cost mass transit so people can get around? No. Do we have affordable access to recreation? No. Do we have defense and development of education of equal cultures, of all the cultures in this melting pot of the United States? No. Do we have strong and vibrant communities with public accommodations and public services for everyone? No. And do we have a program for a green environment that has access to open spaces, energy from safe, non-polluting, renewable sources? No. Now, that's a shame in the richest country in the world. So we're going to make a change, and that's what the idea of that's right, Ed, you can give, you want to make a change, can you give making a change a hand? Yes! So what we want to do is we want to start out here every week, like they have Moral Mondays, we want to have Justice Wednesdays. Every week, get a person from one of these parts of this coalition down here speaking so that our legislators know that we're watching them so that when it comes to the end of the session and they go, oh, I can give you a little better health care, but you're not going to get transportation. We can say, well, how come you didn't fix the tax structure? We can say, we're not going to accept these things, and then guess what? They'll find the money. One last little fact that I found out. There was a bill that Elmer Gardner here, he's from the George Wiley Center, up at the top, has introduced to close the Part D Medicare donut hole for people of low income. And the state said that they couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford to help seniors that need health care. And they spent the exact same money on real estate so that they could expand their parking. Same amount of money as it would cost. That is a shame. So I'm going to close here, and we're going to hear from a group of people that now you're going to hopefully hear that all these problems in the community are connected. Because if we don't have environmental and health and economic and social justice for everyone, we don't have a foundation to build a society that has the kind of future that we all deserve to have, that our children and grandchildren all deserve to have. Thank you very much.